The working principle of AAC cutting machine. The preparation and storage of raw material. Firstly, fly ash sand is grinded by ball mill. Then it will be mixed in certain proportion in the slurry tank. Massive quicklime is transported and stacked in the lime material shelter. The lime block is broken by jaw crusher, and then the belt conveyor would convey it into ball mill. The ball mill will grind the lime into powder. Finally, the lime powder will be elevated into silo for reservation. The raw material preparation and delivery processing use dust cleaner for environmental requirement. Batching, mixing, pouring. Fly and slurry, sand slurry, was weighed by electronic scale. Lime and cement was put in electronic powder scale by single screw pipe feeder. And then these materials will be dumped into pouring mixer for mixing. To measure it continuously and precisely, all the materials will be weighed by PLC automatic control system in the ingredient sealing. The mixer will mix the powder, slurry and aluminum powder for several minutes, and then pour into mold directly. Stand still for pre-curing. After pouring, the mold will be transferred to the rail by pouring ferry cart. Then it will be transferred to the pre-curing room by friction wheels or mold traction device. Then the mold with slurry will stay in the pre-curing room for 2 to 3 hours under certain temperature. Cutting and grouping. After pre-curing, the cake will reach certain hardness and the mold will be lifted to cutting position by crane. Tilting hoister will turn the mold in 90 degrees and put the cake on the cutting cart. Then the mold will be stripped off the cake, and the cake shall be held by the side plate and stand on the first cutting cart. After cleaned and oiled, the mold will be assembled with the return side plate for recycling use. At the same time, the cake will be cut by cutting machine. Firstly, the first cutting cart drives the cake through horizontal cutting machine. When the cake is cut by horizontal cutting machine, the cutting knife and cutting wire will cut cake horizontally and remove the waste slurry. After a horizontal cutting, the first cutting cart will load the cake to vertical cutting machine for vertically cutting, and the cutting wire works like a saw. Then the cart shift device lifts off the cake which carried by side plate. The first cutting cart comes back for carry the new cake, and the second cutting cart comes to instead first one to load the cake under vacuum absorber to remove the waste material on the top of the cake. When the cake move away from the vacuum absorber, the waste material fall into the channel for recycle using. Finally, the semi-finished product hoister loads the cake to trolley for grouping. Hardening. The low-speed windlass will load group cake into the autoclave for hardening. After hardening for 10 to 12 hours, the finished product will be pulled out of autoclave by windlass. The semi-finished product hoister will load the cake to the conveyor which transport the finished product under the finished product hoister. The finished product hoister will load finished product prepared for packing, then forklift will take it to stock shield. The unloaded and clean side plate will be back to tilting crane by roller. The tilting crane will load it to mold for sampling. Then the mold with the side plate will be back for pouring. The whole production line repeat above production process continuously.